To reach this end, we'll use a software called KiCAD. KiCAD is a free open source PCB design software, and it really is a contender against the more commercial offerings that are available. It's open source, meaning your designs can never be taken away from you or held behind like a paywall or subscription service. KiCAD has a really active and vibrant community of developers, so it's also receiving frequent updates. Take yourself to KiCAD.org and hit that download button. Select your operating system and find your closest mirror. Once your download is complete, run the installer and we'll click through it. This is my first time installing, so I'll keep all these options as defaults because I definitely want the built-in libraries. The default directory is fine. And from the Start menu, we can launch KiCAD. This is the KiCAD main window, and it's kind of where the program forks into its various tools. For designing a PCB, you'll often work down this list in the schematic editor to abstractly connect the schematic symbols together. You may need to create symbols, and then you will go into the PCB editor where you start actually laying up the physical design of the board, placing components in physical locations and routing copper traces between them. And then from here down are some other utilities. Gerber viewers help you view the output manufacturing files. The image converter can be used for custom artwork on your PCB. There's a calculator, and this is a great utility for things like calculating the current carrying capacity of a trace or various other like common electronic calculations to make. Have an explore of this, it's quite useful. The drawing sheet editor, almost no one's going to use that, but the plugin and content manager, this is a great one for looking at some third-party add-ons that you can include in KiCAD. Have an explore of this list, and it's constantly being updated, so check back regularly. It's worth noting as we go through this course that we're going to go through in a very linear sequence, but in general for your own projects, it may be more of an iterative approach where you might bounce back between schematic editor and PCB editor and maybe creating custom symbols or footprints. We'll see it in a very linear way, but as you get more comfortable, you'll probably move back and forth. So we've installed the software, we know roughly what we're going to make. Join me in the next video where we'll fire up the schematic editor and get started.